Hello, hi, welcome to this live stream. This is Abhinav Gulecha. I'm a mindfulness coach. In this video, in this live session, basically, I will be explaining about a very simple, very easy mindfulness technique, which is called STOP, right? STOP. So I'll be going into details of this technique, how to do it. You can do it any time of the day, any number of times, and it is very powerful, and it just takes 1 minute of your time. It doesn't even take 1 minute, right? So I'll be explaining that technique, right? So welcome all of you who all are there joining on the live stream. Just few quick updates before we start. um, this is my free live masterclass every Friday 9 p.m. IST. I do this live masterclass on how three secrets on how to break free of difficult mental emotional patterns and find peace in the present moment. So this the link to this masterclass is there down below. So you can join this masterclass, and I will share with you some actionable tips and insights on how you can break free of this difficult patterns like anxiety from my own life, my own experiences of going through anxiety and going through all these patterns, what I have learned, and through the practice of mindful living. As I have practiced mindful living, it has made things more and more easier, right? So the stress will be there, everything will be there, right? But we, in the ocean of the stress and the chaos, we can create our own island of peace, right? Through certain processes, through certain techniques. So I'll be sharing three secrets. So do join me in that live masterclass. Another update is that I have a dedicated Facebook group on mindful living. So, if mindful living, living more consciously, is something that you like, that you feel resonated to, do join me. It's a free group. It's a free private group that I have created for those who are serious about learning more on mindfulness and inculcating mindful habits in their daily life. So the link is there in the description. Do join. I look forward to welcome you in the group, and I'll share a lot of tips and insights in the group so you can benefit from that. And the third update is that for a limited time, I am doing sorry for a limited time, I am doing one to ones. I will be doing a one to one clarity call with all those who want. If you are facing a particular difficult pattern or anxiety in your life, and you want to heal that anxiety, that pattern, so I will suggest you certain tips. So if you can book a call with me, it's a free call. You can book the call with me, and I will you know run through your particular problem, and I'll suggest you certain tips and insights which can help you come out of that problem or live a more meaningful or mindful life. So whatever I can help you with respect to your challenge, so you can definitely book the call with me, and I'll help you to the best of my ability, right? So this is for a limited time. Right now I'm offering, but I don't know for sure that I'll be offering it later, right? So you can hurry and book the call at the earliest, right? So these were the three updates. Now we will start with the stop mindfulness technique. Allow me to just you know share my screen. So I hope you can see my screen. It's a small kind of a mind map that I've prepared for easy understanding. See, basically, why stop? Why do you want to stop? And why do you want to stop? See, more than stopping. Okay, let me just pause this screen sharing for a second. Why stop? Why stop is because we are constantly drawn. It's like a flood. It's like a flood of emotions and thoughts that keep on running in us. So thoughts that take us into the past, thoughts that take us into the future. And there is time when we realize that enough is enough. We don't want to be you know getting drowned in this flood of past and future. So basically, what mindfulness does is that it helps you ground yourself to the present moment. So it's like, just imagine that there is a flood that is just coming. So what basically mindfulness does is that hello Priyaji, welcome. So what mindfulness does is that it acts like a, rather than being swept away in the flood, you basically ground yourself, you center yourself in this very moment, right? It's like you hang yourself with a tree, right? The tree is grounded. So what you do is that you just get hold of the tree, and that tree actually, protects you. That tree ensures that, you are not getting swept away. So here, when we practice mindfulness, when we practice mindful living, that tree is the present moment, right? So basically what our job is, that we just latch on to that tree, right? Instead of being swept off to the past, or to the future, we remain centered in the present, and that becomes our practice, right? And one more thing, what it is important to understand is that our habit energies, the pull of our habit energies is so strong, right? It is the energies that we've inherited, not only due to our mindless thinking, through many lifetimes that we have inherited. We've also inherited certain habit energies from our ancestors, right? So the more mindfulness we practice, the more we remain in our body and in this moment, the more we are able to heal, all these habit energies, that keep us, in that cycle of suffering. So the whole objective here is that why one practices, why one wants to stop, is because one wants to get out of that cycle of suffering. Otherwise that cycle of suffering will continue. Unmindful thinking, and then, unmindful consumption, and then again unmindful thinking, and wrong perceptions and wrong views, right? So that cycle goes on. So mindfulness is, so basically the stop is basically stopping, and stopping, first of all, that is actually, if you see, it's the one of the core practices in Buddhism, right? So let me just come to the mind map. Right. So this is the stop practice, which is STOP, right? So starting with S. So what is S? S is stop and take stop, right? Uh, what to take stop, right? So basically we observe. First of all, the first thing that we need to do is that, as we just realize, as that awareness comes in us, that there is so much, thinking and everything that is going on in me. As soon as that awareness comes, the first thing that you do is stop, right? So stopping is the one of the core and fundamental practices in Buddhism, right? Where first we stop. So if you want to be aware, first you need to stop whatever you're doing, right? So it's like you are going this side, and if you want to go this side, first you have to stop, and then you can move and go this side, right? So first we need to stop, take stock of what? Observe your thoughts, bring into experience your thoughts, right? What you are thinking, this and that, and I have to go there, I have to do this and that, and why he said this to me. Observe your feelings is what all is going on inside you, right? I'm feeling low, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling hurt, right? Just observe, bring it into your experience, do not judge, right? The very, very fundamental thing is that we will not judge our thoughts, we will not judge ourselves, we will not judge our emotions. We will just bring into kind awareness our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions. How do we feel? Do we feel cold? Do we feel hot? Do we feel burning sensations? Right? Whatever, just observe. Right? So that is the first step what we need to do. Second is take a breath, right? Take a breath means basically we move from what is going on in our mind, in the story that was going on in the mind. We bring our attention back to our breath, right? Which is called mindful breathing, right? So what we do is that we use breath as an anchor to bring us into the present moment, right? So how we do this? Number one, we bring our attention from the mind, the attention which was there in the mind, we bring that attention back to the belly, right? We bring our attention to the belly. See, understand one thing is that we have, the right way to breathe is through the belly, not through the chest, right? So we have to just bring our attention to the belly, and we have to just focus on the be aware of the in and out movement of the belly, just for maybe 10 seconds, right? Just focus on that in and out movement. Do not try to change the breathing pattern. Do not try at all to change the breathing pattern. Just let the breathing as it is. Just just observe this in and out movement. Within those 10 seconds, you will really observe that your mind, which was getting drained in the anxiety and all those things, that actually, it changes your whole kind of, outlook changes, right? Just by taking 10 to 15 seconds deep breathing, not deep breathing, sorry, mindful breathing, just being aware of the breathing. So what Thai says, Thich Nhat Hanh, the Buddhist monk, he says that our whole journey now from the, so we were earlier always in our head, now the whole journey is from the head to the abdomen, from the head to the abdomen. Keep bringing yourself from the head to the abdomen many many times a day, right? So that is the second thing. Third thing is, so S stop. First we stop and take stock of our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions. Second is we take a breath. We do take some mindful breaths and bring the attention back to our belly. Take focus on the in and out movements of the breath. Do not try to change the breathing pattern. Then what we do is O is observe, right? Right now, here what we do is that we observe the body, what is happening with our body, what is happening with our posture, what is happening with our facial. Generally, when we are feeling sad or depressed, what happens is that our faces become grim, right? So we just can bring our attention, not necessarily that you need to smile or anything, just bring attention to your face, how your facial expressions are. Bring attention to your body, what are the sensations. So suppose you had a fight or something, right? So if you actually bring the attention to your anger, you'll see that burning, burning sensations in the body, right? It's like you are just burning with anger, right? So when you bring attention to that burning sensations, that thing dissolves, right? So that's the best way. If you want to be free of any particular emotion, the best thing is to bring attention to the sensations that are happening, right? See, whatever sensations that are happening in your body and whatever are the emotions are linked. So either you change the emotion, now that is not very easy, you cannot. Changing emotion is not very easy. What we can do is just bring our attention to the body, what our body is saying, how our sensations are. If we change that, our emotions also change, right? So just don't go by what I'm saying, just follow it, just experiment with it and see for yourself how these changes come. And then you need to expand your awareness a little bit in the outside world, right? As to the senses, the sounds that are going, the smells, the sounds, the vision, the sights, the wind touching your body, right? So you can slowly bring your attention back to the world. So what basically we are doing is that earlier we were totally in our mind. uh, from that we stop, we take a breath, we observe, bring back ourselves in the body, and then we slowly move back into the world. Because see, at the end, ultimately we have to do the work in the world only. So it is not and this is very very important point, is that mindfulness is not some form of an escape. It's basically just retuning ourselves. We basically, what we do is that we retune ourselves, kind of a tune up to our system, so that we can reset ourselves and then engage with the world in a better way, right? So next is what is proceed, right? So next is proceed slash new possibilities. So here what we do is, now we let our attention move into the world. We sense how things are right now, right? So why all the stress happens is that we are stuck with the version of what we want, from this particular moment. Now what we do, now that we have calmed ourselves, we have stopped, we have taken a breath, we have observed our body, our posture. So by now there is a certain level of calm that comes in us. So now we are able to sense the world as world and things as they are right now. Not, we are not stuck in our version of how things should have been, our version how the other person should be behaving. We just sense that right now this is how the situation is. Now when we have that understanding, then it is easier for us to respond and not to react, right? To respond to what is, right? So that is one thing. And then what we do is that we move ahead with kindness, right? We move ahead in the world with kindness towards others, definitely. But most important thing is to be kind towards oneself, ourselves. Not blaming ourselves, not beating ourselves of all the wrong decisions and all the, you know you know there is this always this self talk going inside us, no, that I'm no good, I have this problem, I have this lack, all this self talk. This is now the time that we start get training ourselves to get out of this self talk. And once, when we are our mindfulness is very deep, then we can actually instill the right attitudes, the right behaviors in us, right? But first what we need to do is that we have to stop and take notice, and then reset ourselves and move in the world with a different insight, right? So this stop thing, you can, it's like you can do it any number of times a day, right? Any number of times a day. And what you can do is this thing is that it's like, what you can do is that just sprinkle your entire day with this, right? Sprinkle your entire day with this. Any number of times difficult feelings arise and all these issues arise, just take a moment to stop, take a breath, observe, and proceed. So initially it can take you some practice, but as you become strong in your practice, as you become deep in your practice, then this whole thing, it's like driving a car, right? So if you start learning how to drive a car, what happens is that first you have to like know that I have to shut the door, close the door, and I have to put the in the first gear, and all those things, right? I have to have the seat belt and everything. But once it's there, then one or two times, then it becomes a habit. So you can use this habit. The more and more you bring this habit into you, you will be actually retraining yourself to be bring more joy and peace into your life. And that's the ultimate goal, no? Ultimate goal is to be more peaceful. Even how much money you earn, the ultimate point is peace. And peace is right here, right? It doesn't depend upon money, it doesn't depend on status and social status and everything. It depends on how much time your how much time is not the right word, but uh, how much you can keep yourself in the present moment. That is basically that one thing on which our peace depends on. So we are like, instead of doing this to get this done, and to get this done to get this done, right? We are straight away doing what is to be done to get peace in our life. So this is stop technique. Do follow this technique. Do share your thoughts. So I have this Facebook group, and I will be posting on this stop technique in my Facebook group, and I'll be getting feedback from people. So if you're not there in the Facebook group, do join, and we'll be discussing more on these techniques, and a lot of other techniques related to anxiety and all. I'll be bringing in my future live sessions. um, so this is it. Anyone has any questions on this or anything, do please bring out in the Q&A, or any particular kind of feedback or anything you want to be covered. So this is for mindful living. So anything on mindful living you want me to cover, any topic or something, do let me know. Any challenges you have. And just to before closing, these are just some updates. Join my free masterclass, 3 secrets on how to break free of difficult mental emotional patterns and find peace in the present moment. This will be happening Friday 9 p.m. IST live masterclass. So do register for it. This is my mindfulness Facebook group. Do join this Facebook group. It's a free Facebook group that I've created. A community that I've created of around 80 plus that we have right now. Uh, so do join this, and do schedule a one-to-one clarity call if you're stuck in your mindfulness practice. If you feel there are certain patterns that need to be healed, but you're not able to cross, do share with me, and whatever inputs I can share with you, I'll be most happy to you know share whatever best I can share, right? So this is it. uh, this is it. Okay, thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much. Do mention in the comments anything further if you want to mention. To all those who have joined, thank you so much. God bless you. Take care. Bye.